Hi student and welcome to my channel. As we going today we will discuss the some basic properties of electric charge, and it is the first chapter of the physics of class 12th. So without getting late, let's start the video. Let's start the section. So first of all, I will once again want to say you what is charge. Charge means it is a fundamental unit particle of a matter like proton and electron. But electron plays a vital role in the electric charge. But you can say why it is plays a vital role in the electric charge. Why not proton? Why only we consider electron? So to clear your confusion, let me take an example. So look at this structure. This is a structure of an atom, and how the electron and the proton and neutron are distributed inside the atom. So proton and neutron, they are at the center and they are combined to each other. They are fixed. They are they are not free. They cannot move easily. And electron, they are revolving around the nucleus. That's why they can move freely. That's why this is the main reason. That's why we consider electron is a electric charge which plays a vital role in the electric charge. And by using electron, you can move electron from one place to another place. So charge can be moved from one place to another place. But if we consider and if we take proton, then we cannot move that proton easily because it is fixed at the center. That's why we choose electron as the charge carrier. Okay, and electron is a negative charge carrier, whereas the proton is a positive charge carrier. So now let us discuss some properties, basic properties of the charge. Like first one is the additive nature of the charge. Additive nature means you can add the individual charges to get the total charge. Suppose you have a system having the charges like Q1 and Q2. Then when you calculate the total charge of the system, you can simply add that Q1 and Q2 to get the total charge. So let us take another example that help you to understand it more clearly. Suppose we have a system containing 5 charges like +1, +2, -3, +4 and -5. Let us suppose these are the charges contained in a system, and we have to calculate the total charge in that system. So according to the additive nature of the charge, we simply add individual charges to get the total charge. So in very simple way, we can say a +1 plus +2 plus -3 plus +4 and plus -5. If we add all these, we will get -1. So we can say the total charge in the system is -1 coulomb. Okay. So coulomb means what? It is the SI unit of the charge. Understand? SI unit of the charge is coulomb. Like the SI unit of mass is kilogram. SI unit of length is meter. Similar, the SI unit of the charge is coulomb. That's why I say the total charge of the system is -1 coulomb. Then second property is the charge is conserved. Conserved means what? It is neither be created nor be destroyed. You cannot create charge and you cannot destroy the charge. So then what actually it means? So charge can be transformed from one object to another object, one body to another body. So it cannot, you cannot create or you cannot destroy that charge. You only transfer the charge from one object, one body to another body. Suppose we have a rod. Basically, let us take this one is the rod, and it contains -4 electron charge. Okay, what? -4 electron charge. You simply say 4 electron charge. Why it is minus 4 electron charge? Because I told you that electron has a negative charge, that's why I place minus 4 electron charge. Suppose that rod contain minus 4 electron charge, yeah, 4 electron. So when we connect with a sphere, metallic sphere, then some charge will transfer to the metal sphere. Look at this. When we, after the contact of the rod with the sphere, the total charge what was present in the rod now divided into two parts. I mean 2 charge at the rod and 2 charge at the sphere. That's why we say that charge is always conserved, means it cannot be destroyed or created. It only transfer from one form to another, from one place to another place. Okay. Next, quantization of charge. What does it mean by quantization of charge? Quantization of charge means charge always stay at any place in the integral multiple of basic unit of charge denoted by E. It means you everywhere get the charge is 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron, etc. Okay. And electron is basically whenever you get the charge, you always found that the electron will present there. Like I can say that this system contain 10 electron charge. And one more example, this system contain 5 electron charge. This system contain 1 electron charge. So similarly, in everywhere you will get that a system contain an integral multiple of a basic unit of the charge. It's called that is denoted by E. I mean you found that everywhere you found the charge is like 1 electron, 2 electron. That's why it is quantized, means it is fixed. It is like a packet. A charge is a packet of electron. I mean one packet, 1 electron in a packet, 1 electron charge, 2 electron charge. So you can make your charge by packet, means 1 electron, 2 electron, 10 electron. Okay, that's why we say it is quantized. So due to the quantization of the charge, we can represent the total charge of a system by Q equal to Ne. N means integer, it may be positive or it may be negative. E means the charge of an electron. So everywhere you represent the total charge by the formula Q equal to Ne. N means the number of charge and E means the what? Electron. I means the charge of an electrons. So you can put you can take a positive integer or negative integer. There is no issue on that. Okay. Then by convention, the charge of an electron is always, what I told you, that charge of a electron is always negative, but the charge of a proton is positive. So therefore we can write the electron is minus E and proton as plus E. Now let us see the figure, and I already told you the SI unit of the charge is what? Called coulomb, and it is denoted by C. If we write the value of the E, I mean the charge of an electron, it is given by the 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Understand? The charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Next, let us suppose an example, I mean a question. Then I have to, we have to find the total number of electron present in 1 coulomb charge. So question is here, you can find the question. The question is how many electron contained by 1 coulomb charge. So our task is to calculate the number of electron present in 1 coulomb charge. So let us start. So we know by the quantization property of the charge, we can write 1 coulomb equal to Ne. 1 coulomb equal to Ne. N is the number of electron, E is the charge of the electron. So now if I put, if I calculate N equal to 1 coulomb by the charge of the electron. What I mentioned earlier, that charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So coulomb will cancel out. The unit will cancel out, and the remaining will be 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus plus 19. When this this term 10 to the power minus 19 go to the top, then it becomes plus. It changes its sign. Okay, it becomes 10 to the power 19. So if you solve this one, you will get 0.625, and the remaining term, that is 10 to the power 19. So if I rationalize this number, then I will get 6.25 by 10. I convert this number to a fraction, okay, and into 10 to the power 19. If I solve and rationalize all these things, I will get 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. So you can say that 1 coulomb of charge contains 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 number of electron. So in this way you can calculate the number of electron present in any amount of charge. Okay, so now I want to discuss one more question, that how much positive or negative charge is there in a cup of water. Suppose you have a cup of water, and the mass of the cup of water is 250 gram, and you have to find the number of electron present in that cup of water. So to find the mass of the cup of water, to calculate the number of electron, number of negative positive charge present in that cup. Suppose let us consider, let us see the figure what I show you. We know water have the molecular formula like H2O. We know the water have the molecular formula H2O. From the molecular formula, if we calculate the mass of water, molecular mass, we found 1 into 2 plus 16 into 1. 1 represents the mass of hydrogen. We know the mass of hydrogen is 1, and here the mass of the oxygen is what? 16. So in the water, there are 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. That's why I put 1 into 2, means the mass of total hydrogen is 1 into 2 equal to 2, plus the mass of oxygen is 16, okay, into 1 oxygen. That's why 16 into 1. So we will get the total mass of the water equal to 18 gram. Okay, we will get the total mass of the water is 18 gram. And according to the if we consider that the 18 gram of water contain Avogadro's number of particle, means what is Avogadro's number? Avogadro's number means it indicate or it identify the number of particle present in a sample or an element, you can say, in a compound. So according to that, 18 gram of water contain Avogadro's number of particle, atom. So we can write 18 gram equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 water molecule. It means 18 gram of water contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 water molecule. This is the Avogadro's number. Okay, then we have to calculate the total number of atom present in 250 gram of water. Then only we can calculate that how many electron, proton, positive charge present in 1 cup of the water. So according to the according to the question, we will get that 250 gram equal to 250 into 18 by 6.022 to 10 to the power 23 water molecule. Here I mention 18 gram equal to this much of water molecule, and if I calculate for 1 gram, it is 18 by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 water molecule. Like that, if I calculate the number of atom in 250 gram, here it is given that 250 into 18 by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 water molecule. Once we got that total number of water molecule, we can calculate that total number of positive charge or negative charge present in that water, in the 250 gram of water. Now look at this. So first of all, I have to calculate the one water molecule, what number of positive or negative charge present in one water molecule. Okay, so here two hydrogen present and one oxygen present. So we know one hydrogen contain one electron charge because it is represented one H1. It means its atomic number is 1. So it contains one electron. Similarly, in the oxygen have the atomic number 8. So it contains 8 electron in its, in it. Or you can say it contains 1 proton and 8 proton. In case of hydrogen, it is 1 proton, and in case of the oxygen, it is 8 proton. So total number of the electron or proton present in water molecule is given by 2 plus 18. 2 is because here 2 hydrogen present and 1 oxygen. For 2 hydrogen, 2 electron, and for 1 oxygen, it is 8 electron. Okay, so the total number of charge particle, total number of electron is given by 10. 2 plus 8. You can say there are 10 electron present in the water molecule, or you can say 10 proton present inside the water molecule. So once we got the total number of electron present in one atom of the water particle, then we can calculate that total number of total number of proton present in 250 gram, because we already calculated that 250 gram means 250 gram equal to this much of water molecule. We know what amount of water molecule we have. Okay, so now the 250 gram of water molecule equal to 10 into this much this number into E. E means the electrons, because we calculated one water molecule contain 10 electron. So you simply multiply this number with 10 and electrons, and the charge of the electron is 1.6 in 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So if you solve this, then you will get the 1.34 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb. So we can say that a cup of water, a cup of water having 250 gram contain 1.34 into 10 to the power 7 coulombs. And finally, I want to give you one question that help you to calculate and to learn numerical solution of a numerical question. So here the question is, if 10 to the power, it is 10 to the power 9. Okay, 9 electron moves out of a body to another body every second, then how much time it required to get a total charge of 1 coulomb on that body?